Hey, top of the evening, y'all. Top of the evening. This is Aaron Gaulding with Heartbeat Legacy Media. Listen to the heartbeat. And I am so excited, you all. You know, the other night, there was a situation that reminded me, right? I wrote a album about narcissistic abuse, breaking down all the stages and everything, right? But the other night, I was reminded that I need to create a companion guide with it, a workbook, right? So that as you listen to each song, right, you can actually go through the workbook, right? For instance, activate your potential, embrace clarity, create a life of purpose. Because if you're around unhealthy, toxic environments, everything is about them and what they want, right? So when you're dealing with narcissism, it's 100% about that empty shell, because basically the shell is empty, right? Those people are like a grocery store. You know, you go down the aisle, right? And it's got so many choices, right? So the shelf don't become empty, basically. That's matter of fact, that's a good analogy. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna play the first song. The first song is to the new supply. It's a wake-up call to the new supply. So if you're in a relationship with a dude or a chick that not long got out of a relationship, even a marriage, right? And you start hating somebody you don't even know, you being manipulated. If somebody coming to you telling you about their ex, male or female, and you begin to bite into it, you are being manipulated. So check this out. This is the first song. It's called New Supply. Now in the workbook, which is, it'll take you to each chapter, well actually each song. I'll read this to you after we listen to the song, so you get an
At
idea.
Belmont Village, you'll find a senior living community built around all the things.
Did you hear about him?
Hold on.
At first.
Go back. New Supply.
You hate me.
You hear that?
And you never even shook my hand.
You mad at a motherfucker you don't even know, based on somebody manipulating you.
Never sat beside me. Never saw what I survived. But somehow, you already got anger toward me. That ain't normal. That's programming. Because the narcissist needed a villain to protect that fake image. And since the old supply escaped, they needed somebody new to manipulate. So they handed you a false narrative before you ever discovered the truth yourself. That's called gaslighting by proxy.
Gaslighting by proxy.
You became the mirror they needed, the weapon they created, the validation they chased while destroying everything sacred.
If you hate somebody you never met, ask yourself who planted that seed. Cause healthy people don't recruit strangers to attack people they supposedly free.
The stages of narcissism.
Stage 1, love bombing. At first, you're perfect. They study your wounds, study your loneliness, study your unmet needs, then become everything you prayed for. Fast affection, fast intimacy, fast promises. You think it's destiny, but real love grows slowly. Manipulation rushes, then suddenly you can't do nothing right. Your emotions become too much. Your concerns become crazy. Your boundaries become disrespect. Now confusion enters, and confusion is the narcissist's favorite weapon. Because confused people are easier to control.
Stage 3, triangulation.
Then here comes triangulation. They compare you to the old supply, compare you to exes, compare you to strangers online.
Why?
Because narcissists need competition to keep everybody emotionally unstable. If two people are fighting over validation,
The narcissist stays in power. You were never competing with them.
you were competing with the
Validate
narcissist's
yourself.
emptiness. Then come the flying monkeys. Friends, family, co-workers, followers. People repeating stories without checking facts. People defending dysfunction because they benefit from access. See,
Flying monkey. rookies don't always know they're being used.
Don't be
Some are
manipulated and
manipulated,
used,
some
fly
are
monkey.
scared, some are trauma
The
bonded,
truth ain't
some
afraid
just
to be
love
verified.
drama.
Remember
Healthy
that.
people investigate both sides. Only control people blindly attack strangers.
They turn pain into gossip,
Truth into jealousy, healing into weakness, and survival into envy.
but the old supply wasn't broken, they were waking up.
And now the new supply gotta decide if they're waking up too.
It's a choice.
Narcissists cannot survive alone.
They need mirrors, attention,
Validation, sympathy.
and when the old supply leaves,
The illusion starts collapsing, so they build a story, a fake narrative, a smear campaign, a psychological setup.
not because you were evil,
But because you escaped, healthy people move on quietly.
but narcissists recruit audiences.
Because they need validation more than truth.
That's why strangers suddenly dislike you.
That's why people already got opinions before hearing your side.
That's not discerning, that's manipulation.
The old supply became the warning.
And the narcissist turned the warning into the villain.
The supply, listen carefully.
If they gossip about everybody,
They gossip about you too.
if every ex was crazy,
You next.
if they need an enemy every season,
They are the storm.
if they destroy people emotionally,
Then call themselves the victim.
pay attention.
Growth means learning patterns before they become your prison.
They compare you to the old supply.
To make you insecure, then compare the old supply to you to make them jealous.
That's triangulation.
Not love.
Love
Brings peace. Manipulation creates competition. If everybody before you was crazy,
ask yourself who benefits from that story.
healthy people don't recruit strangers.
To hate people they supposedly healed from.
Wake up
You inherited confusion.
and called it love,
You inherited manipulation.
and called it passion.
But real love doesn't need enemies.
And true
Real love don't
refuses
need
questions.
enemies. Don't
If
forget
somebody
that.
can make you hate a person,
You never met,
never talked to,
never sat beside.
then the manipulation already started.
So are you
Wake up,
being
grow
manipulated?
emotionally, go spiritually, grow mentally. Because narcissists don't look for weak people.
Just
They
asking.
look for unhealed people. People afraid to be alone. People needing validation. People confusing intensity with love. Heal before the cycle reaches you too. Wake up, see the signs, break the cycle.
Protect your mind,
The old supply survive,
now the new supply.
must grow. The narcissist needed attention,
The old supply needed peace.
and the new supply.
So peace and a
Needs
narcissist,
wisdom.
they don't mix.
Never crazy, you were being conditioned.
Protect your energy.
Protect your spirit, protect your peace. You were never crazy.
Ooh,
You were never crazy.
You were being conditioned.
being conditioned.
Protect your energy, protect your spirit, protect your peace. Heal
This is the house of Gaulding.
It's the house of Gaulding, yo.
To the heart.
Listen to the heartbeat. Heartbeat Legacy Media, right? Gaulding Production. Listen, how this workbook works. So I heard a lot in there, and I can stop and rewind because it talked about if I go get in a relation with a sister, right? And all she talking about is her ex, trying to compare me to her ex, or somebody is always the problem, then I need to understand I'm next. That ain't what I want to do. Right? If I'm being conditioned to dislike somebody I ain't never met, there's a lot of brothers out there messing with these bros, right? And so I'm be honest with you. Prior to 33 years ago, let's just go back. I had a master teacher. I had several master teachers, right? Still got some, right? And when the jig is up, there's certain things you could do, right? To make a woman leave. You can make her leave, right? You can call her out her name, You know, push her over there with the rest of them supplies that was cool when she was with you. Push her over there because they ain't wrapped too tight. Because if you take a look in the Bible, I think it's in Proverbs 5, 6, and 7. They say any man that goes unto another man's wife, right? Death is waiting on his ass. Mental, emotional, sometimes physical death. Right? So that ain't a wise motherfucker. So automatically, you see a wife you supposed to protect, you know, they straight. You supposed to get up under the code. See, people of the day, they don't even live in the code no more. They just full of boo-boo. So check out how this workbook works, right? So in the beginning, how to navigate this journal. To get the absolute most out of this experience, you must engage with it fully. This is a multi-sensory process of transformation. Do not rush through the pages. Let the music settle in your bones and let the questions dig deep into your heart. Follow the 4-step cycle for each single track. Follow the 4-step cycle for each track. So that was just track 1, wake up call, right? It started off asking me, you know, you hate that dude? How you hate somebody you don't even know? You being conditioned. That's called narcissistic supply management, right? So it says, absorb the opening words, the focus area, and the core intention of each section. Reflect. Play the corresponding track. Close your eyes. Listen to the lyrics, the production, and the space between the notes. Notice what steers up inside you. It started off asking a question. So you hate me, and you ain't never met me. You been conditioned. Somebody training you. Then, now you gotta have your pen or your pencil. Put your pen to paper without filtering yourself like, oh yeah, it's gotta be right, it's gotta be wrong. There's no right or wrong, it's just your truth. Do not worry about perfect grammar or neat handwriting. Write the raw truth. I'm out to reach the world, man. You get it? I done already reached 72 countries. I'm out to reach the remainder. Right? And I ain't gonna stop until the fat lady sing. Right? I was talking to some of my family members today. That's what they told me, right? Check out what they told me. I was talking to some family members, and they say, look, we see everything. We watching it. You just stay focused on putting the truth out. Check out what they say, y'all.
We were talking among the family this afternoon, and laughter filled the room as we remembered those days we stood. Watch over you in the hospital. Do you remember?
Yeah.
You thought you were simply resting. We knew you were preparing. Every day we gather around you, not just to comfort you, but to remind you of what was waiting beyond those hospital doors. We told you life would test you again.
We did.
We told you some people would celebrate your recovery, while others would become uncomfortable with your strength. We told you your purpose wasn't finished. You laughed with us. Sometimes you wonder how we could laugh in a hospital room, because we already knew something you hadn't fully seen yet. You were coming through. And when you finally walked out of those doors, everything unfolded just as we discussed. You kept your peace. You protected your bloodline. You carried the message. You reached people across the nations. You learned that healing wasn't just about your body. It was about your assignment. Today we laugh because every update we gave you became another page in your testimony. The family smiled and said, he's still walking, he's still listening, he's still planting seeds. Then they all looked at one another and laughed again. Tell Gaulding we said thank you. Thank you for trusting us.
Thank you for listening.
Welcome.
Thank you for getting back up when many would have stayed down.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Thank you
sir.
for refusing to let bitterness replace purpose. And now it's time for the full court press. You already know the assignment. We've all seen the damage that was done. We've watched every attempt to distract you. We've watched every effort to pull you back into confusion and chaos. But don't go back. Your place is not in the chaos. Your place is in the mission. Keep your hands clean. Keep your heart clear. Keep your eyes on the Most High. You don't have to fight every battle. You don't have to answer every accusation. You don't have to explain yourself to people determined not to understand. Stay where your peace lives. The rest.
Yes, ma'am.
Leave to those whose assignment is different. Every member of the family has a role. Yours is to continue speaking truth, to keep planting seeds, to protect the bloodline, to remind people who they are, to keep reaching hearts around the world. Others have their own responsibilities and they know them well. So keep walking, keep laughing, keep building, keep listening to the heartbeat. The house of Gaulding is still standing. The dreamer is still listening. The mission is still moving. And one day we'll gather again, laugh together, and remember this season the same way we remembered the hospital. Not as the place where everything almost ended, but as the place where everything truly began. Until then, walk in peace.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Walk in purpose.
Yes, ma'am.
And let the truth continue to speak louder than the noise.
Yes, ma'am.
With gratitude, laughter, and unwavering faith. Family.
So as you see, my assignment is to take the truth to the world. Right? So if you got people out there that's controlling you, and y'all gonna make a move, hey look, my job is to take the truth to the world. There's other parts of the family that, you know, if you want to make a move, they move too. So be mindful of who is in your ear. So check this out. Now, when you put pen to paper without filtering yourself, do not worry about perfect grammar or neat handwriting. Just write the raw truth, man, because look, we're in the season of truth. It's only two bloodlines, right? The Most High said he created things in pairs. So the two bloodlines he created the bloodline of the truth and the bloodline of the lie. And so we've been able to be, up to this point, lukewarm. You know, jump on this side and that side, but, you know, we in the season, you better choose a side. You're going to get spit out. So, it says, act. Inspiration without execution is an illusion. Let me say that again. Inspiration without, where we at? Without execution is an illusion. So you can be motivated as hell as you want, but if you don't execute, it's an illusion. Every section concludes with a demand for real-world application. You must turn your reflection into tangible movements. That means, you know, you got to get it out. Stop being a hostage to what happened. It's 2 days you can't do nothing about, yesterday and tomorrow. And it's only really 2 days, today and tonight. Okay? Now, in the beginning, there's a sacred contract. So I, Aaron Gaulding, enter this workbook with an open heart and an unyielding commitment to my own growth. I promise to tell myself the absolute truth, to lean into the discomfort of healing, and to actively execute the lessons I discover. I am ready to wake up. Then you date it and you put your signature. Then you go to the next page and it's talking about a life assessment. Where am I today? right now. Establishing my sovereign goals. Becoming a sovereign individual now. Nobody's holding me hostage. I'm not finna, dislike a motherfucker because some broad said. Or, bro, don't you be disliking some other broad because some nigga said. Go ahead and have a conversation with him. Because I done seen some weirdo shit. I'm telling you, the last 25, 26, I done seen some weirdo shit. Shit, my grandmama told me though, before she left this earth, she said, boy, you gonna start seeing things you didn't think you gonna see in this lifetime. Sure enough. So, goal number 1. Creative and purpose-driven alignment. The assignment is alignment, y'all. Alignment with the Most High. We all breathing, right? So the Most High is still on deck with us. Still giving us an opportunity to turn to the truth. Right? And then it says, what is the ultimate creative standard or project you must finish to honor your calling? What do you must finish to follow, do your calling? And then there's a target date for completion. Right? Legacy and family foundation. What generational cycles are you actively breaking? Or what foundations are you building for your bloodline? I done broke so many family cycles, other people's family cycles, and they still want to stay stuck. I've been doing this shit for like 47 years. Since I was 15 years old, I've been breaking cycles. Putting the truth on what people throw out. But I was motivated by a sister because she said some interesting stuff. And I said, you know what? I already got an album. I need to do a workbook with that album. Right? Because each track describes a phase of narcissism. Each track. So we just did Wake Up Call, The Catalyst. Right? The longest day of your life is the one you spend pretending you can't hear the alarm. Come on, man. Come on, woman. We hear the alarm. We just ignore it. Some of these relations we've been in, right? We knew it wasn't no good. We on day 1. Right? Reflection and focus. This track is designed to break the spell of routine, comfort, and passive survival. It is a direct assault on the numbness that keeps you repeating the same uninspired days. It asks you to notice the sharp contrast between the life you are currently living and the massive explosive potential you are suppressing. In other words, it started off with, you hate me, huh? But you never met me. You being controlled. Then it gets to track 1, it gets to, again, the next page is about the wake-up call. And so I put the blueprint on how to wake up and not be affected. I'm gonna do track 2, and then we're gonna close this one out. So track 2 is the love bombing phase, right? This the phase where they got their mask on, right? Everything perfect. They got their mask on, whether it's a man or a woman. It could be a man telling you, yeah, we finna move up and woo, 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 woo. This is what we gonna do, girl. You need to do this and woo, woo. You know what I mean? And you got your mask on. That motherfucker don't know you empty shell too, right? Them the 2 matches, right? Here we go, love bomb.
If you've been waiting to apply for disability benefits, don't. Hi, I'm Sarah, and I'm a lawyer at Atticus.
At first,
It
felt perfect.
It felt perfect, y'all. Too perfect.
The narcissist doesn't begin with pain.
They begin with fantasy.
They study your loneliness,
Studying your loneliness,
then become the answer.
then become the answer. Imagine that.
Listen.
To the heartbeat.
Come on now.
To the heartbeat. Listen.
To the heartbeat.
They mirrored your soul to gain your trust. They studied your wounds close, then called it love.
Too much, too fast.
That's how the trap begins. Love bombing feels like heaven. Until the control steps in. They study your needs, they ask deep questions early. Not always because they care, sometimes because they gathering data. What hurt you, what abandoned you, what you missing emotionally. Then suddenly, they become everything you prayed for. Not because they found themselves, but because they study you.
Ooh, the mask always shines brightest
before it starts cracking.
Then one day, the energy changes, the warmth disappears, the affection slows down, the confusion starts. Now you're chasing the version of them that never really existed.
It never existed.
Love bombing creates emotional addiction because your mind keeps searching for the beginning again.
You keep chasing the fantasy,
searching for you,
trying to revive the start,
but the version that loves
thinking
you
it's them.
was a character they played. Real love
doesn't need performance.
Real love
doesn't rush intimacy.
Real love
doesn't disappear
the moment control fails. New supply, hear me clearly. If somebody loves you intensely before truly knowing you, slow down. If they already calling you soulmates in the first weeks, pay attention. If they trying to isolate you from healthy voices, watch carefully. Because manipulation often arrives wearing affection first.
Too much too soon can become emotional change.
The fantasy was never stable.
It was bait for your pain.
The old supply survived.
Now the new supply
must wake up. Real love
doesn't need performance.
Real love
doesn't rush intimacy.
Real love Real love
doesn't need performance. That's the house. That's the house. That's the house.
The house. The house. Listen
to the heartbeat.
And so, for track 2, we'll go to track 2, right? You know what I mean? It's titled, the workbook is titled, Wake Up Call. So track 2, they talking about love bombing. They say true love doesn't speak in whispers when you walking off a cliff. Then again, we got another reflection focus. Love is not always soft, accommodating, or easy to hear. Sometimes love is sharp intervention, a door slamming shut, or an uncomfortable truth spoken by someone with the courage to watch you get angry if it is means to save your life. This track explores the severe grace of the alarm that were meant to rescue you. So we go into a deep exploration. And here's the question. What is this song awakening in you when you're working on it? And what truth are you avoiding when you listen to it? For instance, you just met this chick a week ago. She going fast. She asking questions. She's learning your weakness, right? She making you feel good. Or this dude, right? You his soulmate. Nigga, only a week pass. You her soulmate, only a week pass. You better slow you up. Because once they get all the intel, after the love bombing, right, then they pull their energy back. And you actually going to be searching for you. Because you're the only one in the relationship. You're dealing with a narcissist. You're the only one in the relationship with genuine feelings. motherfuckers empty spot. So they love bombing. Let me see, what is it? They love bombing. I'm gonna give you all the trash. So after the love bombing phase, they discard you, right? And to keep you in the loop, they use their family, friends, their tricks, right? And they go tell them the story about you. Basically, you got away. If they talk about your ass, you got away, right? You did a Michael Jackson, you see. You became a smooth criminal, and you got the fuck. You did moonwalked up. Then after the triangulation, where they manipulate other people by telling them whatever the story is, they send they flying monkeys, they children. These motherfuckers, they don't give a fuck. They manipulate their children, anybody they can manipulate to give the story to, right? To try to attack you. Right? So you have to have your P's and Q's on, right? Then after the flying monkeys is finna come along with them with gaslighting. Right? Then they're gonna do a cold smear campaign. You know what I mean? They're gonna make sure everybody, their goal is to make sure everybody stay away from the truth. Because that's all it boils down to. They want to keep whomever away from the truth. Now, after the smear campaign, and you're going back and forth in this shit, back and forth, you're looking for you, meaning you looking for the mask they gave you in the beginning. And so that's called the trauma bond, right? You're looking for some ideal of a love that appeared, it was a mask. These motherfuckers ain't got no empathy. Don't give a fuck. Right? However, if you maintain and you stay out, you the moonwalk out and you staying out being that smooth criminal like Mike, right? Then the next phase, they mask them slip. Right? And once they mask slip and you see they mask, they see that you see them, then they gonna discard you. Then you gonna crave, it's like taking a hit of crack, right? Or some of that pookie, right? You get the first one, you keep chasing it, right? Then they do the no contact. So, like me right now, healing is my revenge. Loving the motherfucker up is my revenge, right? And as my fam told me, hey, look, man, you focus on reaching the world with the truth. That's your mission, right? You got other family members, if they want to get dirty, you got some dirty motherfuckers in the fam too. Everybody got assignments, right? So I'm just gonna be unbothered. I'm gonna be fucking unbothered, right? So when the mask slip, they're gonna discard you. They're gonna do no contact, or you should do no contact as much as you can. It's a challenge when you have kids with them because they triangulate the kids. They manipulated the kids too. These motherfuckers are sick, male or female, right? So I wrote this for the new supply. You have to decide whether you can wake up or not. If somebody have convinced you to dislike somebody you ain't ever met, and you go for it, you're a sick puppy. Male or female, you're a sick puppy, right? So what we're trying to raise is men and women. We're trying to raise males and females out of that delusional mind control stage that, you know, they got the whole world in. But the reality is most people are not even humans anymore. They transhuman because of all that medication. Well, it ain't medication. It's actually technology that they put in their bodies. So again, this is Aaron G, or Aaron Gaulding will listen to the Heartbeat. You can follow me at Heartbeat Legacy Media. For those of y'all that don't have the money to download this, 99-cent tracks or whatever on Apple, Spotify, or whatever, you can go to Heartbeat Legacy Media on YouTube and get it. Because I guess it'll make money. I'm not interested in the money. I'm interested in reaching the people. I'm interested in you laying down at night in peace. See, because the dark side can't fuck with peace. They'll attack peace though. Try to get peace to, get back on that side. And there's spirits. It ain't too much to people. Narcissists is a high-ranking demon. You can bypass the people. The people just the empty shell. These nemesis and these Delilahs and these Jezebels and these legions, right? They spirits. You turn on social media, you'll see these spirits in these people. Because the people are empty shells. Dealing with narcissism. There was a movie way back when in our clothes. I think it came out in the 70s or 80s. It was called Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Motherfucking body snatchers. Spirits jumping in. But the Bible talked about it. When them demons saw the light coming, he said, "Allah salam, Jesus the Christ." They knew he was finna cast them out. He said, "Can we go jump in them pigs?" Right? The spirits know, they know the light. So a lot of you out here may be unaware that you got light. That's why you're under attack. Right? So again, the album is called Wake Up Call. The workbook is called Wake Up Call. I challenge you to come on this journey to healing, man. And woman, you know why? Because you deserve it. Again, this is Aaron Gaulding with Heartbeat Legacy Media. And listen to the heartbeat. Peace out.